And joining me now as the Mahakumbh ends on this auspicious day of Mahashivratri is a very special guest. We are joined by Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar. Appreciate your joining us there, Gurudev. This is of course an auspicious day, Mahashivratri. The Mahakumbh has come to an end. Crores of devotees have taken the holy dip in the Ganga. What explains the phenomenon of the Mahakumbh according to you? Is it faith? Is it a bit of commerce and a bit of politics as well? What do you believe has been the driving force for crores of devotees to come every year, every 12 years to the Mahakumbh?
Rajdeep, I see only three things. You mentioned three, I see three things. That three things is faith, faith and faith. It's the devotion of people which is driving them there. And it's a deep-rooted faith from millenniums. People have been, looking forward for the sacred dip every 12 years. And also many take dip every year also. The Magh Mela also happens. But every 12 years is the Mahakumbh, and then every 6 years there is Ardha Kumbh. These are all the festivals which are so deeply ingrained in the psyche of India.
But it just seems Gurudev, to get bigger and bigger each time. There seems to be a marketing blitz, some would say, also around it that contributes to people now being far more attracted to the Mahakumbh than they were in earlier times. That's where many believe the commercial angle comes. It's also a chance to show political power. So is it just about spirituality and faith, or does it go well beyond that?
No, see, commerce follows wherever there is faith, and politics, of course, come around that, because this is where the power center is. People are the power, and people want this, and then for people everything else will happen. These are all the, that obviously surrounds the central core, which is faith. Of course, the infrastructure has improved so much, and so people are finding it easy to come there. Before it was so difficult to come because people had to book their trains. There were very few trains. Hardly there would be, couple of free trains or special trains for Kumbh before. But now the facilities have, taken a quantum leap, and that is where it has made people, given people hope to come there.
Has it also therefore become a bit of a spectacle? Religion is often a very private, personal matter. But now when you take the holy dip, you will see celebrities arriving there with their entourage, VVIPs, photo ops. There seems to be a spectacle element around it. Or do you believe that sometimes obscures the faith of millions of anonymous Indians who also take the holy dip? Because the focus seems to be on the celebrities and VVIPs and not on the anonymous Indians.
It's only with the media. I tell you, it's not with the general people. General people are not caring who comes, who takes, who doesn't take. And we must remember, even celebrities are human beings. Of course, they have food, they have faith, they do everything like anybody else. And they also want to take dip. What's wrong with them? Of course, they need a little bit more security. It's the media which projects them, because media is used to only projecting celebrities. Common men, they are not bothered, they don't run after celebrities there. They are very devoted to their cause, they are lifting their eye. This is the moment they come out of the deep material whirlpool that they are into, to raise their eyes to something ethereal, something that they can't even explain. And everyone who goes there go with this deep feeling, to get the darshan and take blessings from Ma Ganga and Yamuna, the Sangam, and then the saints there, all the gurus are there. It showcases the rich diversity of India and the spiritual wealth that we have. And so people are anyway connected to some
But
or
should
other
they,
spiritual
as you said, it's the,
organization.
as you said, Gurudev, that the media chases the celebrities. It's the media which goes after VVIPs. But should there be, for example, separate arrangement for VVIPs? Or should, once you go to the Kumbh, everyone be treated equal, whether you're VVIP or anonymous, much like election day? Do you believe somewhere spirituality loses out when it gets tied into photo ops and celebrityhood and the spectacle takes over?
You know, with the type of crowd that we have, if we invite international guests, you definitely need to make different arrangements for them. You know, there are culturally different, and unless you make some arrangements for them also to witness the spectacle, there is nothing wrong in it. I don't see if there is a separate ghat for some people who want to come and take dip, people in position, people who are well known. That should not be a problem. They just come and take their dip or whatever, and they leave. But you know, that's very small, very tiny aspect of Kumbh. And one good thing is they are not on this side of the Kumbh, where the main Sangam, everybody is taking dip. The government made arrangements for them so far away on the other side, on the other bank, and I don't see there is any problem there. This also saves, because when celebrity goes up, suppose people want to, you know, surround them and take selfies, take pictures, that will become even more nuisance. It can cause even stampedes. You see? People want to take selfies and pictures, so if they are getting a different arrangements, it's for law and order. It is needed to
There was a stampede, in fact. Sure. You know, there was a stampede, in fact, on January 29th, and tragic stampede. There are different figures of how many people died. Should there have been greater remorse shown? When a stampede takes place, it's the ordinary people who die. Do you believe that therefore, you know, there should have been maybe greater remorse at the loss of lives?
Of course, there is remorse, and I have personally met Yogi Ji, and he was rushing to the hospital to meet with the people, and he was so pained, and I was so pained. I was there the next day there, and I could see, you know, how much disaster has happened. It is really painful incidents, of course. Nobody can deny that. And it's unfortunate. It was unseen. It was not foreseen. It was unfortunate. And as you said, if celebrities come as a normal people, this type of thing would have happened even more everywhere. So this is a very, very, that's a dark spot in it, that one incident that has happened. We all pray for the families who are victims of this unfortunate event. That's really painful, and we need to see how, you know, in the future, these sort of things can be avoided. We are seeing, whether it is Mahashivratri today or Mahakumbh, the rise, many believe, of a certain cultural Hindu consciousness. Cultural Hindu consciousness, some would interpret as the rise of the political Hindu. How do you see it? The fact that we are seeing many more people openly expressing their religiosity far more overtly. Is this a rise of a certain cultural consciousness, according to you? A spiritual consciousness or a political consciousness? Yeah, of course. See, in Hindi they say, you know, Rajashray. Unless there is empowerment, cultural, spiritual, social empowerment for people, they feel suffocated. Before also people used to do, many people of political parties, leaders would come and take dip, but they would not do it under cover. They would feel so ashamed. They will go to mandir, they put a tilak, and then they will come out and immediately rub the tilak. We were not honoring our own roots. We were ashamed of who we are because of the colonial rule. Now that is gone, so we are proudly proclaiming who we are. We are honest to ourselves. That dishonesty, that deceit and hypocrisy is gone. I would say people are just open, and that is how people are around the world. If you go to any other country, they proudly proclaim who they are and they take pride in their roots. In this country, that was a big drawback. Even when people go from here to abroad, they will change their names, you see, just to feel respected. So now there is more respect to oneself, one's own roots, one's own culture. There is more empowerment. And I would say it's a welcome thing that has happened in the world. Everyone, whosoever it is, they must be proud of who they are and not be apologetic for what their practices or their faith.
It's interesting you're saying that, because I remember Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar meeting you during the Dharam Sansad in 2001, which was also held during the Kumbh. It wasn't called the Mahakumbh there then in 2001. And that Dharam Sansad had all the sadhu sons coming together, appealing for a Ram Mandir to be built. The Mandir then is eventually built last year. The BJP is now come to power, riding, many believe, on the back of the Mandir movement in the 1990s. Is that political edge still there, which we saw during the Dharam Sansad? Or do you believe the politics has become much less now?
As journalists, you would be able to do all those analyses. Rajdeep, I don't have time to sit and analyze. I am every day engaged with dealing with the issues that people have. We have huge challenges with mental health issues, and we have suicidal tendencies that people are undergoing. Gen Z is very much impacted with the mental health crisis. So I'm so busy in these sort of things. Political analysis, you would be the best person to say it, And I would say...
No, I asked you this because religion and politics have often coexisted.
Yeah, they do coexist. They have always coexisted. And of course, wherever there are people and there is faith, and politics is with the people. Wherever people are there will be politics. Right?
Devotees take that holy dip, Gurudev, during the Mahakumbh, in the belief that it has the power to purify the soul and bring them in some way closer to liberation, or to discover themselves. Do you believe that? Is that blind faith at one level, that a dip will purify the soul, or do you believe that is that's an unfair way to describe it?
No, this is perfect, because it's like the dirt on the skin. Any dip will purify your skin, because your soul, because your soul is Sachidanand, your soul is full of bliss, your soul is Nitya Shuddha, ever pure, Buddha Mukta Swabhava. This is the entire Vedantic philosophy in a nutshell, that you are not born out of sin, you are pure by nature. A simple thing like a dip can bring you back to your true nature. So let go of the past, let go of all the mental impressions that you are holding on to unnecessarily, and see your life from a broader perspective. And so it is way for uplifting one's spirit to higher consciousness. Forgiving the past, forgetting the past and coming to the present. It's so psychologically valid, this aspect, that taking a dip, cold dip. And now the scientists have also come up with different, experiments with the Ganga water. See how it is the most robust water which has, which purifies itself and which has bacteria, it doesn't allow bacteria to grow in it. You must have heard about those things. And another beautiful thing
No,
has
but there's a
happened
debate,
now.
Gurudev, there's a debate. Gurudev, there's a debate on that. The Central Pollution Control Board has spoken about, the water being infected by bacteria. The UP State Control Board has denied that. There are of course environmental issues, and you've spoken in the past also about the need to preserve the environment. There are issues, surely. When so many people congregate, whether the water is as clean as the government sometimes claims it to be.
No, I agree there are issues when so many people are come. You think it can all happen without some issues. Definitely there will be issues. But what I'm saying is the water, the quality of the water, the nature of water, which the scientists have said is something very amazing, and it authenticates what our belief have been there for millennia. That's what I want to say. Huh? Okay.
In conclusion, I want to ask you, you said the Mahakumbh celebrates the diversity in a way of our culture, of Hinduism. Today's Mahashivratri. How do you celebrate Mahashivratri, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar? What does it mean for you? I know you've also brought to life a Shivling in Dwarka, I believe. So what does this festival mean for you? How do you believe it celebrates the diversity of Hinduism?
See, Mahashivratri is the time when everyone meditates, everyone sings and pray for the well-being of all beings, wellness of all beings. And this Shivratri is very special for me because this is the time when the Somnath Jyotirling has come to us here in the ashram. 1,000 years back, Mahmud of Ghazni had broken the Shivling, and the pieces of those stone were taken by some, Agnihotris from Tanjavur districts of Tamil Nadu, and they were keeping in their homes, and they made it into Shivling like this. Because they couldn't see the stone,
right?
A broken stone, so they gave a shape of Shivling, and they were having it 100 years ago. In 1924, they met with Kanchi Paramacharya, Chandrasekhara Saraswati ji. He told them, don't bring it out now for another 100 years, and keep it for 100 years with you. Afterwards, when Ram temple will happen, after that, you can bring it out. And the Shankaracharya also said, give it to a person in Bangalore by my name. He took my name and said, you go and give it to him, and that's how it has come to me. And then there is a report from the Gemology Institute, the scientific study about this material. And it is so amazing, Rajdeep, to see that this has 140 gauss of magnetic force in it. And the geologists said, I've never seen something like this. And it has only 2% of iron and 78% of barium. And it behaves, like a magnet. Let me show you. Usually, magnet is powerful in the end, right? But you will see it is powerful in the middle. Here, the magnet is in the middle. There's no poles here. So there's
right. Sri Ravi Shankar, in a way, it's a very special day. Therefore, I know for you, for your ashram.
Can you see?
And
Can you see
I wish
this?
you, and yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I wish you and all your followers, therefore, a very happy Mahashivratri.